guys.
Hey.
Good afternoon. It's Greg and I here. We just had some time to film some content. I know that a lot of you especially at our Easter event the other day, were excited and couldn't wait to see what we were going to talk about. But today, we're going to talk about the current state of the market.
Yeah, current state of the market. Like, listen, anybody watching the news, I know everybody knows the Iran conflict's going on. Last night, the president spoke, said we're going to have another 2 to 3 weeks at war. So I know in the end, everybody feels that everything will be successful, but it spiked the oil prices, and our 10-year Treasury note, which obviously follows suit to where your mortgage interest rates go. So back up like 3 weeks ago, we were just a tad below 6%, which was great. We thought it was going in a great direction, even with the war and conflict going on, and it started to creep back up. And today, we are at 6.5%.
Which is up there, but I'd kind of like to address the 6.5% because I feel that I had clients 2 years ago that purchased homes at 7.5% and 8%, right? And I know that it feels daunting right now to people because they feel it's still high, but I will tell you it's down, right, 1%, considering what the market was bringing in 2 years ago. And if you are in the process of considering selling or buying right now, and you might not be willing to give up this 3% that maybe you're in, a 4% or lower than 3%, we understand. But what are your needs? What are you looking to achieve right now? Especially in the New York market, it's very aggressive. I always recommend, especially right now, what are your needs, and is it the right time for you to sell? Based off of the fact that inventory is low, right? So as a seller, you're in a very, very good place.
Yeah.
Very good place.
Supply and demand absolutely is there. We just read an article on how, the media is portraying, we have less home sales. On
Long Island. They're saying that Long Island is becoming slow. It's slow. The
amount of transactions are slower, but your home prices are just driving up. We are not replacing land here. We don't have enough land, right? So to put a brand new house on and say national account, you got to buy a house in 1953, knock it down pretty much. All those small lots, although there are a few there here and there, and we have great relationships with builders and stuff, and we understand this. But a lot of those houses get knocked down and rebuilt. So we're always going to have that demand here. Unless if they change regulations later on in the future about how building is constructed, maybe multifamily or, being able to have auxiliary, units, and that's still not going to fix everything. Our housing market's always going to be strong. If you're a buyer, it's just, your price is just going up. It's time to go up. And if you're concerned with the interest rate, you're only renting it. Because as things are going, once this conflict is...
I know Greg says rent the rate, and then what I hear is, that's such a stupid analogy. So now, this is what I hear. Okay, so I'm glad because we're coming at you live right now. We're not being ultra professional. We're actually... We're going to come at you with information.
It's funny, Joe.
But it's true.
It is true. Okay.
I hate when they say that. I hear this all the time. I hate when they say that because... You're not really renting the rate, so let's talk about long term and how that can help
I'm going to explain to you better because I felt it's a lot of times I think things are just common sense, right?
We guide everybody, we do.
Yes,
but
So renting the rate right now, you're at let's say 6.5%, right? Now 6.5%, that's just an average, right? Depending on what lender you use and what your debt to income ratio is and how much you're putting down, affect all that stuff. That's just an average, right? But really the fact of the matter is, if you're renting today's rate at 6.5%, and our economy is super strong. If anybody watches all this, yes, we have an Iranian conflict. Yes, we have a lot going on. Just what I just spoke about, right? That rate is going to go down. Never mind, we're going to have a new federal chair, right? Once that happens, we believe that all that stuff, the interest rate's going to eventually go down. I can't tell you when
right.
It's going to. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. we see the fluctuation in over 3 weeks at a half, almost 0.75% at one point, right? So understand, it's just going to get better, right? So as you go on, when the time is right, when I say rent the rate, now just refinance your house back out at the lower rate, right? So let's say if it goes down 1.5 points, now you refinance it, your payment's going to go down, you refinance it again over 30 years. Yes, you're going to have to pay some fees to your mortgage broker and all that, but it's going to lower your payment all the way down. And now you've already locked into this house that you just purchased at that price with a market that's just going this way. And when I say the market is going this way, we just spoke about this on the video.
Yeah.
And this is super important, right? Most people stay on an average in their house for 7 years, right? That's a true statistic, right? Some people stay in there for their whole lifetime, right? But over the course of time, and if you look at some of our YouTube videos, we put this graph up, right? And it's a trend line over 40 years that goes this way, right? Now, granted, we've already had blips in the market, right? We've already had what we call market shifts, up and down in different ways, right? But it goes this way all of the time, over time. And over time, that graph shows 3 to 4% in growth every single year, right? So you're getting into a house, you're renting the rate, go back to renting the rate, you can refinance it, be more comfortable with your payment, but you're already locked in at what you purchased the price, and you could avoid that trend line as you sit on the fence and wait. Does that make sense, guys?
Comment below and let us know. Let us know. But what we are seeing here in New York is that, well, when we say New York, it's because Greg and I cover a wide range of areas, right? So we have Long Island, all of Long Island. We're not just specific to one area on Long Island. We cover Nassau, Suffolk, all the way to Montauk, and in the entire Long Island. But we also do Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and the Bronx. And the truth is that providing how we make sure that we're responding to the market properly, where some people are seeing some shifts. I do feel that even though the stats are saying that houses are sitting a little bit longer, that's an indication to us when we see that the house isn't priced right and the condition of the home does not match the price either. You know, we understand that for us, no matter what, the market is very competitive. Well, we feel it's competitive. Some people don't feel that way. When we discuss this with them, they are saying, even at other brokerages, that the market isn't as competitive as it was. And that's where you have to hire an agent to educate you and guide you on these shifts that happen in the market, but how we get around that, right? How do we get ahead of that? So we don't ever have to worry about our sellers or buyers having a shift or being part of that. Being part of that, you know, it's still very competitive out here. Our buyers are buying houses. We're very aggressive, and we're getting locked in and getting accepted offers because they have proper representation, and also we are educating them properly so they know what to expect when they step foot on the ground and we go looking at houses. So despite what's happening with the interest rate, we still have a surplus amount of buyers on the island. Really, and also in the boroughs too. I just feel they're out there. It's
yes. There's a lot of buyers out there. Lack of inventory. Yep, absolutely. Well, I've seen a lot of bad advice from some top producing agents throughout our industry, giving sellers and buyers the wrong guidance. You're not going to see that here because we had to tell people the truth. Here's the truth. And you get the truth, it's going to make you successful, whether or not you're looking to purchase or sell a home.
That's right. So be mindful, guys, of who you're working with, who you choose to work with. We know that a lot of you on here know Greg for a very long time. So we're very grateful for the business and the trust that you have in us at this team. But definitely be mindful of the hyper-local agent that will tell you, I know this neighborhood the best. There's nothing that a quick Google search can't fix or a client can't find out. It's really a matter of having that agent understand the market.
Something I used to say is that, well, what's the best restaurant in the area? What's the best, what's your school district boundaries? There's a brand new thing out there. It was called Google. Now I got to say something different. Now we call ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I'm going to change that, right? Because
Yeah.
Google would always tell you everything. Doesn't matter. What you really want to do is you want to hire somebody who knows how to market your home, right? And how to negotiate. And there's so many topics of negotiation, whether if you're in the buyer's end or the seller's end. People don't realize how much negotiation is involved there. How much guidance, how much that you have to speak to your clients about. A lot of people don't get that.
Are they telling you the truth?
Bingo. Bingo. The truth is so important.
Do you want the truth or do you want to lie? Do you want somebody to tell you what you want to hear just so that they can work with you?
Yeah.
I know that's not what I want. I
Yeah.
have to be very honest to my clients. And
Yeah.
those of you on here that watch us or watch this replay,
Yeah. Example.
you guys know that we tell you the truth.
And our clients are probably a lot of them listening there. I know because we speak to them on the phone. Then they want $1.3 million for the house. It's not worth 1.3. It's worth 1.1. Right? Don't hurt yourself. Don't allow somebody to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. It's going to hurt
It'll
you.
hurt you in the end.
It'll
I
hurt
promise
you.
you it'll hurt you in the end. That we don't want that. Our fundamentals, our foundation, our business was built on telling people the truth. Right.
And the same goes with buyers. If you're out there going to buy a home and you have people telling you, because this is another topic, and I'm glad we're actually live right now today for a few minutes. I have people that came to me and said that other people in the industry told them to just continue to rent. Don't buy a house. It's not worth it. That, to me, is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. If you can afford to buy a house, this is where it comes down to. If you can afford to buy a house and the numbers make sense, then you should absolutely buy today. Because what we see projection-wise is that the numbers are still going up, right? So you can lock in, even at 6.5%, get a home that fits your needs, what you're looking for. And maybe you are in a competitive neighborhood. What's happening outside of those neighborhoods, okay? We'll take a look at that. We'll guide you. We'll give you guidance on it. Ultimately, you make the decision that works for you guys. But when you're renting, you're paying for somebody else's mortgage. Let's call it what it is.
And if you're sitting renting, I'm glad you brought that up. You're sitting renting, waiting on the sidelines, thinking that the market's going to get better. It's not. It's not. The prices are going up here.
Yeah.
Now, this is a different story. There's places throughout the country, if you're listening to some of the news, they'll tell you, oh, there's a big market shift and this and that. Yeah, not here. Not here. If you go to Kansas, maybe. Right? Oklahoma? No, not even Oklahoma, because I invest in Oklahoma. They're on fire all day. But there are other places throughout the country, right, that there's a market shift going on, right?
But you should know your numbers too, and I
Absolutely.
think even so, we'll talk about out of state for a second as well. And Greg's a big investor out of state, but you're not just going to make a move on an investment property, even to give guidance to somebody, even though you're not licensed there. The right thing to do is let's look at the data. So wherever we are, we're going to look at the local data. And although there are some shifts out there, but you're going to be realistic in your approach. And I think that's really important too, especially for people that are relocating or doing something outside of New York.
Yeah, true statistics. Yeah.
We have to look at that stuff. So, let us know any questions you have on what's happening in the real estate market right now. Are you interested in selling? Are you interested in buying? What are you being told? Do you have any questions? We're always here to debunk a lot of things that come up. I know a hot topic, an additional, we just spoke about this on YouTube. We're going to bring some content to you guys in video format that will go out to our clients and our newsletters and stuff. So if you do want to be part of our newsletter, just drop a comment down below, say that we'd like to be added, and then we'll have we'll make sure that we get your information so you'll know once these videos go out. But the market is very hot here in New York. It's still hot. We just got an award last week. We had over 15 million in sales in 2025, which very, very, very excited for. We got a little presidential award. I got one up here. President's Circle for the Masaitis team. And the truth is, we're very grateful to all of you for trusting us, and also our referral partners on here that send their referrals to us, that these people trust us that much when we come and we meet with you. So we truly appreciate it. Anything else you want to say about the market?
Yeah, really now, to touch on a little bit, if you're looking to sell right now, now is the time, right? There's a lot of, people that think, the whole thing with putting it up to coordinate with school, getting it to school. And now is the time. If you wait, and especially when this interest rate drops, you're going to get a lot of those baby boomers, want to leave. They're done with this interest rate thing. If it drops in that 5 area, and if they're going to put the house up sale, you don't want the competition, right? You put it up now. You got to get this house on the market before the other homes start to compete with you. And do you really want that? No. And for you as buyers, same thing, man. Once you'll get a little bit of a blip of inventory coming on. But man,
there's so many buyers.
It's going to be competitive. It will be competitive.
It's so competitive. It's so competitive right now. So just imagine when we get a little bit of a drop in the interest rate, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
It's going to be worse.
Yeah.
So people that are advising you to wait, that's such a bad move.
Get off the fence right now.
That's a bad move. Get out there.
Get off the fence and do it. If you need some good advice and you want to set up an appointment, figure out, number one, what your options are as a buyer, right? Or if you need to figure out maybe what your house is worth, so it can help you make good decisions whether or not this is the right time or not for it to sell. This is for us. Just drop a comment to us, contact us.
And we do that all the time.
And we'll set up an appointment.
I have an appointment set up in a few days with somebody that's relocating, just not sure if now is the right time. But we went over the state of the market. This is something we discussed, but I'm going to go meet with her, give her, an idea of how the market is responding, and then help set her up for success on how we're going to navigate that so she can get out.
And just to go back again, remember, we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell you really where you should be, so it helps you decide if it is right for you or not. If it's not right,
that's right.
That's it.
It may not be right.
Wait for another market. Wait for another time, right? If you're not under any pressure and you want to wait and see, we'll explain all that to you.
And I think what's important is that if you're thinking about purchasing a home too, is reach out to us, because we have preferred lenders that we work with that will work with what your income is and your budget, and they'll be able to actually tell you, hey, this is what you can afford. But if you wait a year, if you wait this amount of time, if you can put this X amount of money away and give you a plan, I think you're setting yourself up for success if you can't do it right now. Instead of saying, let me just wait. No, don't wait. Figure out right now if financially makes the right sense.
Absolutely.
And what you need to do to achieve the goal of home ownership. And I think that's what's important as
That's
well.
a super great component to things, obviously. Yes, because you really want to know what it is that you could afford.
Yeah, and we do this with people all the time.
And once you figure out what you can afford, that puts you into certain areas where it aligns with the cost of the home.
And there are different type of loans out there that could really work for the buyer in so many different ways, and there's always options. And just also make sure that you're being represented properly with the right listing agent or the right buyer's agent. And then also, it's very important that you have the right real estate attorney, and you also have the right lender, and you have the right people in your side, because a transaction can go south very, very quick without the right people. Don't look for a hobby agent or a friend or somebody that is going to negotiate, that's going to drop commission, drop prices on stuff for you, because what's going to happen is it's going to hurt you in the end. Work with somebody that they do this as a business for themselves, and the conversation is going to be very different.
Yeah, always just remember, this is going to either be the largest sale or the largest purchase of your entire life. You got to have the proper guidance.
Proper people in your corner. It's very, very important. And you also have to make sure that they're telling you the truth, no matter what's happening. I think that's important. So that's it from the Masaitis team today. Greg and I will be doing these a lot more often. Please stay tuned for our long videos on YouTube. We're gonna be dabbling a little bit coming up on educating all of you. So we want feedback.
Sellers, state of the market.
Doesn't matter where you are, even if you're outside of New York, we service everybody. We have a very large network of agents that work just as good as us, and they understand our language. So drop a comment. If there's something you want information on, just drop a comment down below. Let us know, and we'll start to produce some content for that.